Hello, welcome to the CEO dg&la YouTube channel.
So this is the Greek and Latin roots, and this video is highly useful for CAT, XAT, IIFT, IRMA, CET, MAT, UPMCAT, and all types of competitive and academic exams. We'll be now looking into another root, which is seed, CEDE, CEED, and CES, CESS. So, all these three Latin words mean go or movement. So, whenever we use any of these three Latin roots, it means go or movement. So, let's see some of the examples. First one is precede, means come before, like before something. Precede. So here we have the root CEDE, precede. So it means pre, as we already know. Pre means something before. So it's just here come before. So the moment before we have is called precede. The next one we have is proceeding. Similar to precede, but here we have proceeding, which is course of action. So it could be the act of one who proceeds or who prosecutes a design or transaction. It's called proceeding. To go with something, like to continue, move ahead. In all those contexts, we can say proceeding. So it's like the progress or movement from one thing to another. So here also we have the root seed, CEED. So it is the course of action. The next one we have is process. Common word. Process is nothing but method of doing something, or it's simply like a series of events which produce the result. That is called a process. So the other synonyms could be like procedure, set of procedures use it to produce a product. We can call that also as process. And here we have the root ses. The next one we have is succeed, which means go ahead or be successful too. So it's like to follow something in sequence or time, to come after or follow, like to be subsequent or consequent to something, to prosper, to promote, to support. We can use all such synonyms. One more synonym is to be successful. So in these two of the contexts, we can use succeed. And the root we have is seed, CEED, seed. Go ahead or be successful for succeed. So now we have, could be called as antonym for succeed, which is proceed, which means go before, to move, pass, or go onward. In particular, to go before. So these words can change their meanings contextually. So someone can say, let's proceed, which means to move forward. But it can also be like to come from or to pass from one point to another. So in all such contexts, we can also use proceed. And we have the root seed. The next one we have here is exceed. Exceed is go ahead of, or it could also mean to be better than something, or to be larger or greater than something, or to go beyond, to surpass, to be longer than. So in all such contexts, so those are some of the meanings of exceed. And the root we have is seed, CEED, seed. Next one is recede. So it also means go back, to move backwards, to retreat, to withdraw. Simply means cede back, recede, cede back. So in simple meaning. So to take back, that is the meaning of recede. And we have the root seed, CEDE, again for this. The last one we have here is recession. This is one common term we seem to hear in newspapers, in companies, in tech companies also. So it means depression in economic activity, which is the period of reduced economic activity. Such period, the time duration, we call it as recession. And what do we have the root here? It's CESS, 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 which gives the meaning of this. So here the thing is, we need to understand the context of the word along with the spelling, because there are words which are similar, like proceed, precede. So we shouldn't get confused with the spelling and the context. Only then we can get the meaning of that word in that particular situation. So these are the examples for these roots: seed, CED, CEED, and CESS, which basically means go or movement. So let's move forward with the other root. Now we have the root center. So this is not exactly CENTER or CENTRE. The spelling of the root is CENTR, but the meaning we have is CENTER, which is basically main, in the middle, center, or something like that. So examples for this: centrist, we have here the root CNTR, so which means one with moderate views. So someone who has moderate views, we call them as centrist. Centrist again could be told in other way as one who follows centrism. So one who follows centrism. So centrism basically means moderate political philosophy that avoids extremes. So we have extremes and moderates. So one who have the moderate political philosophy, we call them as centrists. The other one who have moderate views, like neutral, they're not extremists, they are centrists. So one who have moderate views, we call them as centrist. And the one who is a centrist follows centrism. So that's where we have the root CNTR. The next one is centrifugal. So in high school we might have heard of this word. So it means away from center. So it's basically a physics thing which we can see in our daily life. For suppose if we have a stone that's tied to a thread, and if we continuously move it in a round way, we can see the centrifugal force which moves it away from the center. So the force that acts away from the center, we call it as centrifugal in physics. So it basically makes it recede from the center. So that is away from the center, which is centrifugal force. The next one is the opposite to this, centripetal. And here also we have the root CNTR. It makes towards the center. This is away from the center and this is towards the center. So both are opposite actions, both are opposite forces. So in the same example, if you see, the force that goes outwards is the centrifugal and the force that acts inwards is the centripetal. So what happens is these two forces balance each other and makes the stone not going away and not coming towards too. So it makes a balance and helps it to be in the same form of this rounded shape, ellipse or round, in whichever form we round it or we try to move it. In that way, it gets balanced and moves in the right way due to the balance of these two forces, which is centrifugal and centripetal. The next one we have is egocentric. So in one of the previous videos, we came across this word, which also is an example for the root ego. So here we are looking with the root CENTR. So here egocentric means selfish. So it's basically always I, me and myself. So it is being egoistical, and it's always I, me and myself. That is egocentric. The next one is eccentric, which is unconventional in a whimsical way, which means that not at or in the center or away from the center. So it could also be used in situations where one who doesn't behave like others. When we want to define such person, we can call them as eccentric. So unconventional in a whimsical way, or in particular, like geometrically speaking, a circle that doesn't have same center as another, or something that is not at or in the center, that is away from the center. It could also be having different centers, which is not concentric. In all such contexts, we use eccentric, and the root here we have is CENTR, center. So here whimsical basically means being odd, like acting differently. It could be playfully odd behavior. So that is whimsical, and overall unconventional in a whimsical way, which is one who doesn't behave like the others. That is eccentric. The next one we have is heliocentric. So helio basically means sun, and here we have the root CENTR, which means center. So with the sun at the center, that is heliocentric. The only example we have is our solar system. So our solar system is heliocentric, which means it has the sun at the center. So that's the simple meaning of heliocentric. So these are some of the words we learned with the root CENTR, which means center. Let's move on to the next. The root we now have is cide, CIDE. So CIDE means to kill or cut. So it's that simple. Cide means kill or cut. So we have many examples for this, and some of them here we have are, the first one we have is Ceticide, which is killing of whales. So simply someone who kills whales or a killer of whales is called Ceticide. The root we have is cide, which means kill. The next one is Matricide, which is killing of husband. So someone who kills their husband is called matricide. That killing of husband is called matricide. And again, we have the root cide, which means killing. Next one is parricide. Parricide is killing of either father or mother. So it's basically killing of a parent. It's called parricide. And we have the root cide, which is killing. So it's either father or mother. The next one is Filicide. So Filicide is killing of children. So someone who kills their own child. So it could be also child, one child, or children. is called Filicide. So that killing is also called Filicide. Side means killing. Next one is Fratricide. Fratricide is killing of brother, and side means killing, as the root suggests. The next one is Patricide. So the other one we learned is Parricide, which is parent, which means that it could either be father or mother. But here Patricide means killing of only the father. So it specially means to killing of only father, which is Patricide. And the side we have, which means killing. The next one is Fungicide. Fungicide means killing of fungi. Side means killing. We have Insecticide. Insecticide, again, the word itself suggests that it's killing of insects. So side here means killing. So these are some of the examples. Let's see some more examples with the root side. So we have here Uxoricide, which is killing of wife. So one who murders his or her wife, that the murdering of one's own wife is called Uxoricide, and side again means killing. The next one is Tyrannicide. That's the word itself suggests. It's the killing of tyrants. So tyrant basically means governor, monarch, or any person who abuses the power of position or office to treat others unjustly, cruelly, or harshly. We call them as tyrants. Who treats others unjustly. A despot, a ruler who governs cruelly, harshly, and unjustly. The tyrant is basically monarch or governor or a ruler who governs unjustly or cruelly or harshly. So we call them as Tyrannicide. So killing of tyrants or one who kills the tyrants is called Tyrannicide. Side here means killing. The next one is suicide. So suicide, one more common term which we usually hear in the news. Killing of oneself, one own self, we call it as suicide. Suicide means killing. The next one we have is sororicide. So it is killing of one's sister. So a person who kills his or her sister is called a sororicide. Side means killing. The next one is genocide. Genocide is killing of races, and side we know killing. The next one we have is homicide. Homicide is basically killing of people, and side we know, which means killing. So homicide is killing of humans basically. Next one is infanticide. So as the name suggests, infant, which means babies. So infanticide is side, killing. So killing of babies is called infanticide. The next one is lapicide. So here lapicide means killing of pets. So side killing. So lapicide means killing of pets. So these are many of the words with the root side, which is to kill or cut. So basically we can use this root to any word to refer to something as killing. And these are the words which we learned today.
Dhanyavad. Thank you. If you like this video, do like, subscribe and share. See you in the next one. Bye bye.